I am Kesten Rono, and today is day 98 of A Course in Miracles. Thank you for being here with me. Reviewing Principle 28. Miracles are a way of earning release from fear. Revelation induces a state in which fear has already been abolished. Miracles are thus a means, and revelation is an end. Miracles are a way of earning release from fear. Revelation induces a state in which fear has already been abolished. Miracles are thus a means, and revelation is an end. So miracles are a means to some end. Miracles are not the end, certainly not the end of our imagining or the end of our noticing. The doctor declares it's a miracle, meaning this system or that person and that patient has no way of measuring, well, they do of measuring, but of explaining how some change has occurred, how a healing has occurred. And the doctor, and possibly even the patient, even though the patient may be full of gratitude, the family overjoyed, the doctor bewildered, but busy. The people in this system go right back to the previous system unless the miracle sparked something within them to be curious about how what everyone just witnessed could be possible. Miracles are not the end, they are part of our catalyst for this awakening. What are they awakening us to? A state of revelation, a sudden understanding or curiosity of the possibility of seeing life differently. And as we enter back into whatever state of mind of being the normal flow of the current system in which the miracle occurred, as we shift back into that momentum, if the miracle has stood out to us as this moment in time, and we recognize that now we are back to normal, but there was this one thing, this great and sudden invisible healing that everyone recognized, we would have to accept that it was already existing, even though our current system couldn't see it, that somehow this is able to happen, that there is some way of being that is different. If we only see it as a linear moment in time where we are existing and then poof, miracle happens and we go right back, well, we'll forget all about it. But if we see the miracle and it catches our attention, we'll forever be thinking, what was that? Where did that come from? How does it exist? And if I'm back inside of my current system where I am told that that is impossible, well, that's simply not true. That it is existing alongside all the ideas or incentives that would suggest it absolutely is not. And yet we know that it was. This is our revelation, I believe. Some electric idea, something that changes us. And now we are forever curious about understanding this event, this black swan, this wonderful opportunity to realize whatever we had accepted as true is no longer. And at minimum, we must accept that there is more to the story than we have been telling ourselves. And we keep telling the same story, but it had this other asterisk put into it. So now we must accept that even though we thought, or we might try to think, that the perfectly neat story that was holding up our ideas is all there is. And if we go consult someone else, they'll say, well, that's obviously untrue. That's a fantasy. If we keep believing in this one story, but we can't shake the fact that a miracle happened, that we believe our eyes, that we believe our ears, even when we are told not to, we will understand that the story also includes this invisible idea, this unspoken idea. And it's right there alongside the story we have been telling ourselves the whole time. We are changed. Miracles are a way of earning release from fear. Whatever that was that we noticed that seemed to come from outside the system and jolt us. Hey, wake up. Whatever it is that we have been worried about, whatever it is that feels like it's in the unknown, whatever it is that our system is afraid of pursuing itself at all costs. Imagine a doctor experiences a miracle, tells his peers, and all of them put down everything they're doing because here, right here, this patient, this person, this idea resulted in some simple curing that did not need any of their equipment, possibly did not need any of their education, did not need any of these medications, these lifelong prescriptions with side effects. What if much more energy went in to try to reproduce this very real result? What are we so afraid of? What are we so afraid of? Miracles are highlighting some healing opportunities so we may notice life differently. Miracles are a way of earning release from fear. Revelation induces a state in which fear has already been abolished. Already been abolished. If we are unwilling to see life differently because our system says we should not, well, then we are afraid of seeing ourselves differently than our system says we should be. It feels like there's great risk in stepping outside the social framework. It's a big part of what we did as kids, becoming adults, finding our own networks, finding safety in community. And now this community is telling us to deny what we are experiencing. And what we are experiencing is an opportunity to see life differently in a more loving and healing way. Miracles are giving us permission to realize that however it is that we have been associating, there is something else that already exists. The miracle didn't take some arduous amount of work to occur. It was a miracle. This idea existed alongside the way that we had been living. And we'll look for the right variable that caused it. But sometimes just noticing, simply noticing that there is a way of seeing in which this illness, this darkness, this fear has already been abolished. It's been existing with us the entire time, and we have been missing it, relying instead on the structures that we have been creating, even though the miracle was more complete and more effortless than anything that our system had designed. May we set our fears aside and realize that our studies here are just the beginning, and what we are attempting to understand is a totally new way of thinking, of perceiving, a totally new perspective occurring from the invisible. And just because it's invisible does not mean that it is not real. In fact, it may be very real, as it is part of our opportunity of experience. May we invite this sudden state of revelation, of having to see life differently, instead of choosing to live in darkness when we have just seen the light. I am spirit. Lesson 98. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. If you feel that you would like to declare your willingness for revelation, please repeat after me. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Today is a day of special dedication. We take a stand on but one side today. We side with truth and let illusions go. We will not vacillate between the two, but take a firm position with the one. We dedicate ourselves to truth today and to salvation as God planned it be. We will not argue it is something else. We will not seek for where it is not. In gladness, we accept it as it is and take the part assigned to us by God. Again, we say, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Will it bless? Does it feel like it's offering us more love? We need not be afraid. If this path is leading us into some darkness rather than into some light, with the opportunity to feel it deeply, innately, purely, and share it with others, we can set this aside. So we say without fear, inviting our revelation of noticing more abundance, truth, love, perfect peace, perfect safety, and freedom from worry. We say, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. How happy to be certain all our doubts we lay aside today and take our stand with certainty of purpose and with thanks that doubt is gone and surely and surety has come. We have a mighty purpose to fulfill and have been given everything we need with which to reach the goal. Not one mistake stands in our way, for we have been absolved from errors. All our sins are washed away by realizing they were but mistakes. What have we learned about mistakes? Simply not to build upon them. That if we make a mistake, like skipping a practice, we just let it be a mistake. We realize that here we are now, realizing that we might like to live differently. So, with ease, but conviction, we reapply ourselves. We go again. The guiltless have no fear. They are safe and recognize their safety. They do not appeal to magic, nor invent escapes from fancied threats without reality. They reel in quiet certainty that they will do what it is given them to do. They do not doubt their own ability because they know their function will be filled completely in the perfect time and place. They took the stand, which we will take today, that we may share their certainty and thus increase it by accepting it ourselves, investing ourselves in certainty and setting aside our mistakes, inviting an opportunity for us to live without fear. How happy to be certain, the book says. The guiltless have no fear, for they are safe and recognize their safety. They do not appeal to magic, nor invent escapes from fancied threats without reality. This is suggesting that whatever we are idolizing and whatever we are afraid of is not reality. One problem, one solution. The solution, no longer being separate from ourselves or from God, to see life clearly, to feel full and abundant, and to share that peace with all minds. It says again that the guiltless have no fear. Remember today's principle that miracles release some way of thinking that was aligned with fear. They are the means, and revelation is the end. We are talking about the guiltless when we say they. They will be with us. All who took the stand we take today will gladly offer us all that they learned and every gain they made. Those still uncertain, too, will join with us, and borrowing our certainty will make it stronger still, while those as yet unborn will hear the call we heard and answer it when they have come to make their choice again. We do not choose but for ourselves today. Beautiful. We are making decisions for ourselves, and you are invited in your uncertainty to do your best, to be as curious as you can be, to meet yourself exactly where you are. I cannot feel for you and release what you are feeling. You must notice how you feel and notice your desire to feel differently, to let it go. We are accepting these ideas for ourselves. We do not choose but for ourselves today. It is not worth 5 minutes of your time each hour. Excuse me, is it not worth 5 minutes of your time each hour to be able to accept the happiness that God has given you? It definitely is worth it. Is it not worth 5 minutes hourly to recognize your special function here? Is not 5 minutes but a small request to make in terms of gaining a reward so great it has no measure? You have made 1,000 losing bargains at the least. I found myself on the phone for many hours, and I was grateful to participate in what it is that I was discussing. But I did feel some stretch, and I didn't know what I wanted. And words like, I don't want to be on the phone, didn't feel right. And it wasn't until after I hung up and went for a walk that I remembered, oh, so many hours went by where I didn't have the wherewithal to, or I didn't believe I had the wherewithal to notice that I wanted to remind myself I am spirit. And before the phone call, I thought surely I'll be able to think about this a few times. Well, that was earlier in the day and some time passed. And I have been announcing that I am spirit and sitting with these words, and I have enjoyed it. But it was easy to let go. Today, I invite more conviction and gratitude for these 5 minutes. Here is an offer guaranteeing you your full release from pain of every kind, and enjoy the world does and a joy the world does not contain. You can exchange a little of your time in peace of mind, for peace of mind and certainty of purpose with the promise of complete success. Why? We are aligning with God. What is it that he could not know, that he could not do? And since time has no meaning, we've learned in the past that time is a teaching device, that it ends when the learning is done. But here, we even declare that time itself has no meaning. And since time has no meaning, you are being asked for nothing in return for everything. Wow. We are being asked for nothing in return for everything. Here is a bargain that you cannot lose, and what you gain is limitless indeed. Being offered everything, having to give nothing. That's what a miracle is. It's a healing. It's a revelation to see life differently. Each hour today, give him your tiny gift of but 5 minutes. He will give the words you use in practicing today's idea the deep conviction and the certainty you lack. His words will join with yours and make each repetition of today's idea a total dedication made in faith, as perfect and as sure as his in you. Imagine having someone else's faith in you. Imagine having a parent or a friend show up at a sporting event when you were young, support you in some way, recognize your talent at some kind of talent show. What about having God having faith in you, giving you a will, his own will, to see life through love, through your holiness? That is faith. God's faith in you. His confidence in you will bring the light to all the words you say, and you will go beyond their sound to what they really mean. Today you practice with him as you say, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I will accept my part for God's plan for salvation. What's salvation? Seeing life differently. What's God's plan? His will. I will accept my part in noticing the truth. Please repeat after me. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Remember, we are giving God our tiny gift of 5 minutes. He will give the words you use in practicing today's idea the deep conviction and the certainty you lack. His words will join with yours and make each repetition of today's idea a total dedication, made in faith as perfect and as sure as his in you. His confidence in you will bring the light to all the words you say, and you will go beyond their sound to what they really mean. Please repeat after me. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I cannot say this for you. In each 5 minutes that you spend with him, he will accept your words and give them back to you, all bright, with faith and confidence so strong and steady, they will light the world with hope and gladness. Do not lose one chance to be the glad receiver of his gifts, that you may give them to the world today. We say again, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. This requires nothing of me but my announcement and my curiosity to receive what is on the other side. that we are in communication with God. His thoughts are ours, ours are His. All minds are connected. We are allowing ourselves to use some version of feeling rather than thinking, to notice some kind of intuition associated with our words. We are posing a question and trusting that if the universe is connected in this kind of way, we will simply hear the words back that we need to know. I set out a prayer to God the other night after hearing of some set of news in the world, and I decided to try this idea on. I said, God, what am I to do about this? And I heard back, if you'll accept it, felt back intuitively, go brush your teeth and put your retainers in. He told me to go to bed. He told me to go to bed. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Give him the words, and he will do the rest. He will enable you to understand your special function. He will open up the way to happiness and peace, and trust will be his gifts, his answer to your words. He will respond with all his faith and joy and certainty that what you say is true, and you will have conviction then of him. Who knows the function that you have on earth as well as heaven? Excuse me. He will respond with all his faith and joy and certainty that what you say is true. And you will have conviction then of him who knows the function that you have on earth as well as heaven. He will be with you each practice period you share with him, exchanging every instant of the time you offer him for the timelessness and peace. We give 5 minutes and we receive timelessness. We announce for ourselves what we want to be true, and we mean it, and we are offered peace. We will be saying, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Throughout the hour, let your time be spent in happy preparation for the next 5 minutes you will spend again with him. Repeat today's idea while you wait for the glad time to come to you again. Repeat it often, and do not forget each time you do so, you have let your mind be readied for the happy time to come. Have you felt this? Sometimes it seems like I just want to repeat the idea all day. I often feel like I do not have 5 minutes to sit down in dedication, but that is probably my own story. Either way, it is exciting to say, what was I supposed to be remembering? That's how this started. And now the idea comes to me sooner, and I enjoy attempting to recall it before I sleep and when I wake up, and when I find myself busy-minded and shake myself out of it, or if I notice some nature. I admit I don't catch every first 5 minutes, but something is happening of rather than trying to just do the practice, the words are right around the corner. What was I supposed to be saying? I grab my book or check the video, just like you can do. I say them out loud. And it feels now like I'm saying them so that I can remember that there's another time today that I'll be saying them. And I do agree that the time between these times is started to fill with more joy when they are bookended or when they include announcing, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. That something can happen during the day that requires something of me, if I'm going to use this one as an example today. And I'll say out loud, even though this might feel illogical or unreasonable or none of those, just not normal to respond in this way. I see something in front of me, and yesterday I may have said, well, I am spirit. And today I will say, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. May this play invite happiness into your life as you now know the unknown, at least likely, includes your commitment and conviction to declare your happiness for yourself again, your curiosity about abundance, truth, and love, peace, and peace for all minds, by noticing it for yourself first, by becoming it, by being in love, such that it is all around you, such that you see life through love, that you see God, the source of you, the source of miracles, that you see everything through your holiness. This is where we are headed. There's no threat, and there's nothing to fear. I am spirit. I am not a body, and I am not afraid. I am spirit, and I am in love. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. And when the hour goes, and He is there once more to spend a little time with you, be thankful and lay down all earthly tasks, all little thoughts and limited ideas, and spend a happy time again with Him. Tell Him once more that you accept the part that He would have you take and help you fill. And He will make you sure you want this choice, which He has made with you and you with Him. Please enjoy ideas of ease. Please invite yourself to see, speaking to myself, these 5 minutes as totally invaluable, that we are simply offering them to ourselves, speaking with God, that we are noticing our oneness rather than being separate. One problem, one solution. Right now, we are engaging in the solution. It is happening in real time because it is happening all the time. We are offering what feels like some small amount of effort, and we are receiving an idea, sitting with an idea that is extending our awareness into some other idea, which is timeless. What a gift to quote unquote use some of our time to discover timelessness, to sit with ourselves and notice that we are not alone in thought, to emerge happy, playful, excited for whatever is going to be next to experience. God, what am I to do about all this? Go brush your teeth. Put your retainers in, aka relax, go to bed. And of course, if I'm going to bed, well, I do feel the call. I do feel the call to invite the words of the day into my mind and to announce them. May we realize that we may offer ourselves and God an idea and say, I don't know, but I know you do. And I know it is your will for me to see your love. So I simply meet you where I am. Please meet me where I am. And thank you for helping me to understand when I feel that I do not, when I think time can be wasted. Please show me that 5 minutes is well spent. And please reveal to me how 5 minutes, 1 hour at a time, can actually create the opportunity for happiness, knowing that 5 more minutes with you and another hour watered will bring great yields. That what is happening is beautiful. I am Kesten Rono, and I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I hope you do too.